Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of Jimmy's Decorative Moment. I am really excited for today's show because we have some great guests. Today we're going to be introducing Capers Catering. It's this really phenomenal catering company in Boston that just won Best of Boston. How marvelous is that? And that the fact that they get to be on this show, I'm so grateful. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn and Janice Williams of the Rosendale Arts Alliance. Thank you so much for supporting the show in its inception and for continuing to support it. Without much further ado, I'd love to introduce our guest to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Kristen.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. I know you have a huge event today that's actually just right up the street.
It is. Yeah, I
know. So the fact that you took the time out to... So tell me a little bit about yourselves. Like, tell me, you know, I know that's a loaded question, but like sort of the start of Capers Catering, Emma. Like, how did you start it? Why did you start it?
I actually started it because I was so passionate about everything there was to do about cooking. And I'd go into Chinatown and I'd go, you know, buy olives here and other things there, and just putting together dinner at night was so magical. And I started to think I should go to culinary school. So I did, and started Capers when I was 26.
Are you from Boston?
I'm from Providence.
Oh my goodness.
So close by.
So you would go from Providence to Chinatown here in Boston, or is there?
I lived in Boston at the time.
Oh,
with my husband.
Okay.
So we got married, and I didn't want to go to culinary school away from him, so I stayed here local.
Very cool. Oh my gosh. So where did Capers start? Like, what town did it start in? Like, do you remember the first commissary?
Okay, well, the first commissary was my kitchenette.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's how a lot of people get started.
I had a station wagon, which was great. And so my kitchenette was this size, and I did a wedding for 120.
From your kitchenette?
From my kitchenette.
Congratulations.
And my station wagon. And then I moved to Arlington, to 800 square feet in Arlington, and then we went to Stoneham.
But you never forgot the kitchenette?
Never.
Do you still have
crazy.
it? Do you still have the kitchen?
No, I was a renter. I'm sure the landlord did not know that I was like catering out of my apartment.
Do you remember your first event? Like your very first event?
My very first event was in Westwood, and it was for a friend from Providence. She was having a christening for her daughter, and that was my first event.
Oh my gosh.
And thankfully somebody believed in the dream.
No, and isn't that how it starts? Like someone believes in you, and then you just, the domino effect, and things happen. And I'm sure there's still images from that first event.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure she still has pictures, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And just, you know, the people that you meet, and then the people that you bring on with you to help out, be bartenders and waiters, and many of them are still with us today.
From that first event?
Not from the first event,
my gosh.
But shortly thereafter.
Wow.
Yep, our
I would
very
love to meet
chef.
them. That's like a lot of history.
I know. Daphne was my very first employee, and she still works for Capers today.
Wow. Kristen, how did you get started in Capers? I could talk about that forever.
Yeah. So I was a business major at UNH, and I had gone abroad. And when I came home, it was the end of May, and there were no internships left. So I had reached out to one of my friend's older sisters who worked at the Hampshire House.
Yes.
And I was like, I know you love your job. You always talk about it. What is hospitality like? Would you ever take on an intern? So I was the Hampshire House's very first intern.
You were the Hampshire House's first ever?
Yes.
Wow.
Didn't get paid. I learned so much. I went to my first NACE meeting then at the Commandant's House with Liz Gemelli. Met John Zucco, Joe Toto. I met all of these people in the industry and stayed in touch with them so that when I was looking for a job a year later, I had all these connections, and I ended up being a catering and convention assistant at the Park Plaza. So that was my first real job in the hospitality industry. I took a short hiatus after that and did some high-tech recruiting, which I hated.
Yeah.
And so I had known someone that was a bartender for Capers, and I'd reached out and said, you know, is there any way you need extra staff on the weekends? I'd love to be a server or a bartender and just make some extra money. It was 2008 and the recession had hit, and I wasn't selling, and nobody needed a high-tech job. There were plenty of opportunities for people to find it on their own. And timing was right, and they said, we actually would, you know, are you interested in a sales position? We'd love to bring you on as a salesperson. And I was like, absolutely, that's like what I want. And I started,
And we got so lucky.
I started 10 and a half years ago, and I've been there ever since. So, I mean.
What do you love most about your job?
I love being able to be creative and work with people and really figure out like what they want. I find that, you know, just by talking with people, I get this sort of like sixth sense about them, and I just really like getting to know them and then matching menus and events to what they're looking for.
You know, it's really fascinating to me. I'm sitting here with the both of you. You're both very intuitive people.
Yeah.
Like you both are very intuitive. You can read people's
I'm a
energy really
Pisces.
well. Wow. Yeah. What's your sign?
Libra.
I'm
And
a
you, Jimmy?
Taurus. I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
Very stubborn. I'm determined. But no, that's really fascinating. I wonder, Emma, if you have attracted all these intuitive people, because even the chef who we're going to be talking to a little bit later, because he's cooking for us, which is amazing. He's very intuitive too. So I feel like, I wonder if, like, you know, I truly believe that the culture of a company starts from the top, and sort of that sort of creates the culture of a company and the energy of a company. So you start to attract all these people and all this good vibes. And like, you know, I've never met a Capers employee that said they didn't like it
Yeah.
there. You know, I mean, I've worked for many caterers in the past, like, but it's a really great vibe, and it's really a testament to you and your team and just like the energy that you're doing, and honestly, that positive energy is translating into positive results. Like you're winning Best of Boston, like everyone's talking about Capers Catering, and like it's a really cool thing, I have to say.
Oh, I consider myself blessed that I have so many wonderful people around me.
It is, because it takes a team, you know.
Oh, it
And it is a
does.
blessing, you know. You have to be super great. You know, you can, and I can tell it. I can pick it up from you. Like you're so grateful. Like you're truly grateful for everything, and it's gratitude is a great multiplier. Like you bring so much into your life by just being thankful for the people who work for you, for the food that's being delivered, for the glassware, for the plates, for the stations, for everything, for the clients. You know, it's just being grateful.
For power and water at
Exactly.
at an event site.
Exactly.
We're very grateful for electricity in a field kitchen.
And even those challenges we're grateful for because they
Well, yeah, 'cause
teach
they help you. No
how
kidding.
much
Yeah.
stronger you are than you think you are
Exactly.
to overcome
Right.
things.
And then to have the experience and know the questions to ask next time, and to be able to, like, you know, just plan out the scenarios in your mind. And it's like, thank goodness for those experiences, because they helped you grow and learn, you know. So no, I agree. So so I know that you have a cool new element in your company. So what is that? Like,
We
tell us a little bit about it.
We do. We have the most amazing 1973 Westphalia bus that we have completely turned into a pristine mobile bar.
It
and
looks
it is so cool.
amazing.
It's beautiful, and it's sort of like
Have
our,
you used it? You've used it at events.
We
Yes.
have.
Okay.
We're actively selling it. It's picked up a lot of traction. A lot of people are interested. A lot of people are booking it. We'll even book it for an event and use it for a bar, and then turn it into a late night food station. So once it's on site, it's just this really good, you know, it's just a really interesting concept that people are loving.
Yeah, and the fact that it's like parked outside, it's like the perfect sort of late night,
Right.
you know, but also cocktail reception.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
And we're calling it Olive and Twist. And you can actually have Olive and Twist without capers. Because we really want to share the experience with as many people as we can.
That's such a brilliant
Yeah.
idea.
so they
That's
don't
really,
have to have the catering if they don't want.
They can just have the bartenders, the alcohol.
Well, I was gonna say,
Or
if I was
food
having an outdoor
truck
party
or
and I want to
whatever.
have this
Yeah,
vehicle,
Right. Yeah.
I could, you know, and it's just like I just wanted like a cool bar.
right.
Exactly. Like if you were doing your own barbecue
Yeah.
or something like that and you still wanted the element.
That's really amazing, actually. That's a good sell. I think that'll book up. That's gonna book up like this.
It already has, yeah.
I can imagine.
It's crazy.
She's going out a lot this fall. She's going up to Bar Harbor,
Oh.
Maine.
Yeah,
Where you're
well,
getting married.
No,
Oh,
this
not where you're
even
yeah.
further up than I'm going.
Oh wow.
So
yeah, she likes to travel.
she likes to travel. She'll go anywhere in New England.
You know, I apologize. I was getting so confused because we're referring to her with a pronoun, and I'm like she, and then we're talking about what's her name?
Penny Lane. Well, Olive and Twist.
Olive and
Oh,
Twist
that's
is
right.
like
It's the company, but Penny Lane is this vehicle's
Penny Lane.
name.
Okay, very nice.
There are
Very
more
bohemian,
vehicles.
so
There are more vehicles coming down the road.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
more
I can't-
naming opportunities for you. So,
We have 2 more minutes left before we head into like our cooking demo. But is there anything else you'd like to share? Are there any great? So, Kristen,
Yeah.
I really want to ask, like, becoming the president of NACE, how has that sort of like increased communication about capers and things like that. Like, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely made people more aware of capers from an outside level. People at NACE, they're amazing. They've become my family over the years. They've already known who capers is. But I think just having that title, to be NACE Boston's president, I get to really, showcase sort of what we do. We're sponsoring more NACE events with our food. Hopefully we'll bring the VW into an event next year for NACE. But I think you're right, it does create energy. I think it's just people wanting to know
around capers,
what capers is, what we're all about. And even though we've been around 27 years or so, we are still picking up steam and we're growing faster than ever. So I think this is our time.
Literally, you're getting more vehicles.
This is our time. Yeah, this is our time.
This is definitely your time.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautiful time too. Like,
yeah.
And we're all really proud of Kristen.
Thank you. Thank you. I think, we are growing very quickly, which is awesome. And it's a testament to everything we've talked about today. And it's a testament to Emma's way that she's run the company and kept good employees around her.
That is such a hard thing to do, but congratulations.
It is hard, and
much.
especially
Oh my
in
God.
what we do. Off-premise catering is a beast. But I think, with the fact that we are growing so fast, we've made it a point as a leadership team to stay true to our boutique nature and to stay true to customizing every single item on a menu and to making sure that our service and our responsiveness is top-notch. So those are things where sometimes growth can affect,
And we're still making everything from scratch.
Right, we make
Too.
every food item from scratch. We're not doing anything that's frozen and reheating. So I think, with the growth, we really have to focus on staying true to that and staying true to our core values and how we started as a company. So we've been doing a really good job at that, and I don't think it's something we're going to compromise on in the future.
That's key, and that's awesome that you're conscious of that. So, because it can get a little tricky when you get so busy, and then you're like trying to manage all of that, So
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap up now because we're going into our next segment. So stay tuned. We're gonna be cooking with Chef Kevin of Capers Catering, and I'm very, very excited. So thank you, folks. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I'm so excited about this beautiful display that Chef Kevin has put together for us. Thank you so much, Chef.
Oh, thank you
Much
for having
appreciated. I'm just going to let you take it away. I'm just going to let you kind of let us know what's in front of us, what you're preparing. So,
Perfect. So the first hors d'oeuvre I'm going to prepare is a signature item from Capers from almost the beginning.
Almost.
So these are our mini lobster rolls. They come on
They
a
look
little
amazing.
buttered brioche bun. We make our own little buns. And I'm going to show you what we do. So we use only Massachusetts lobsters. They come out of Gloucester Harbor. So we're going to start with just grilling the buns. So
oh my goodness, this is so cool. And I know that some people get lobsters from Canada.
yes, so a lot of the lobsters that come are from Canada because they're less expensive, but we kind of believe in shopping local the best we can.
That's awesome.
And
That's really great.
You don't necessarily know where they come from, what the waters are like. So out of Gloucester Harbor, it seems to be a little bit, it's local. We're on the North Shore.
Yeah.
It's just a nicer way to do it. So we do just a very simple dressing. Take just a little bit of mayonnaise.
And be careful, Emma's watching you, so she's watching
A little
I
bit
want to
of,
make sure we're doing it
a
right.
little bit of dill. Some fresh, we micropane some fresh lemons for the lemon zest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then
They were delicious.
Smells good.
It's already smelling good. Folks, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good.
Yep, and then we just take the
Look at...
just some fresh lobster, and we don't mince it up too much.
Chef, did you go to school? Did you go to like culinary school or?
Yes, so I went to school at the CIA in New York,
Wow. Okay.
and then I worked under 3 separate Michelin-starred chefs. I spent a stint at Tremarche in Versailles,
That is so cool.
and it was great to work under GRVA. He just celebrated while I was there his 20th consecutive 2-star Michelin. So he was the chef that used to do all the big parties at the Palace of Versailles.
Wait, Kevin, this is unbelievable. I'm sorry, but this is like a huge deal. Like,
Kevin's rocking it.
cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. How long?
First one for you.
Thank you. It's so delicate and beautiful. I don't even want to eat it.
Yeah.
No, people line up
This is-
at the kitchens at weddings and just take 5 of them. They're so addictive.
And may I just say that this is
Sure.
like if you don't want to eat
Thank
a lot, like this is a really perfect portion because sometimes you see a lobster roll and they're huge and you're like, okay, I need a knife and fork.
No,
But
we've
this is, like-
mastered the bun
Yeah.
size. It's an inch
baby.
and a half big.
Should I stick the whole thing in or should I?
Go for it.
One bite.
Thanks, Kevin.
Oh my god.
Mini lunch. So the idea with hors d'oeuvres is the first impression when you get to a party. So it's the first thing that people try. So being the right size when you have a cocktail in your hand,
I have to tell you that's the best lobster roll hors d'oeuvre I've had.
it really sets
in my entire life, I think.
Thank you.
Like I've worked with a lot of caterers too. Like that was really, really amazing. And you can taste the lemon zest. I feel like that was like the perfect ingredient.
And it's very simple. Did you notice there's no salt? Because the butter, the brininess, the lobster off of Massachusetts is so briny, you don't need to cover it. If it's fresh,
So that
You don't
didn't
need to
have
hide it.
salt?
no.
Wow, that's really good because I'm a salt person. I love I would never add salt to. Wow, that was amazing. Okay.
If you need to add salt, then you might not be using a briny lobster or a local lobster.
Which
So
is
Maybe an old lobster.
or an old lobster.
or a lobster from Canada.
Exactly.
Which isn't a, doesn't mean that they're bad if they come from Canada. It's just, it's
But I agree with you. Especially like in our business, it's so nice when you support local businesses because it's just helping the economy here and it's helping people that are
Right.
close to you. So it really is so appreciated. Like,
And it's also the little things like the radish.
oh yeah, look at that
So
radish.
Pretty.
yeah, and it's
Just
just
little details.
it's the little details where, you're a design person, and like the next hors d'oeuvre we're gonna do is really just 4 really good ingredients, not mess with too much. So we buy these cool purple baby artichokes out of California. There's only like 2 farms growing them.
I used those in an arrangement yesterday.
They're
But
pretty.
they
Multi-purpose.
So they have a great taste to them. And so we roast the artichoke. We make our own mozzarella for this one. Some fresh arugula.
You make your own mozzarella.
Yes, for some hors d'oeuvres we do, and others we outsource it to this small company just in Chelsea, out in
Okay.
North End. So they
Yeah.
make our mozzarella for us. And then we use speck, which is an all-natural smoked prosciutto. It's from Tuscany. Wow. So it's really fun. It's so it has the ingredients are smoke, salt, and pork. So there's nothing else to them. It's very nice. It just makes a great, simple, fresh hors d'oeuvre. So we take the mozzarella that we make ourselves. We line them up. And it's great to have things, and we have a really talented kitchen staff that's really dedicated to making fresh.
Nice.
It can't be spoken about enough how much talent it takes to make. Not everybody makes all their food.
I have to say that's really impressive. I mean,
Like this
Yeah.
is a labor of love, right?
Yeah.
Lining up and multiply for a party of 600. So we're looking at yes, it takes time, yes, it takes effort, yes, it takes labor, which may result in our pricing being a little bit higher. But this is what you're getting. You're getting homemade mozzarella. You're getting fresh ingredients, local ingredients, and handmade from scratch ingredients. So I think
that's
it makes a big
amazing.
difference.
It does make a big. Wow, it makes a huge difference. It's like because that lobster roll was really good. Like,
But just try our
thank you.
artichokes. If anyone's ever dealt with them, they're a labor of love themselves. They have to be cleaned properly.
Cooked
They have to be braised properly, and then those are grilled over a wood fire.
Wow.
And then we take them, and we just. Sorry, I'm probably blocking.
We
the
should have
camera.
asked you first if you have any food allergies.
I'm allergic to artichoke. No, I'm kidding.
So Jimmy.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Oh.
Oh, it's beautiful, Kevin.
Yeah, so these are really fun. It's fresh ingredients, it's local ingredients. You like one?
Thanks, Kevin.
How do you come up with the design of it? Like, where does that start? Where does the design of it, where is that conceived? Who conceives it? Like, what's happening?
Well, we do so much customization. And we do a lot of tastings. So listening to, unlike some other places, we have the tasting set up where the chef is kind of in the room. So we talk, because we customize and we want you as a guest or a client of ours to get what you want. The day is about you guys, not about us. So we talked to them. You know, this I think came from someone, we had an Italian family. I think this was the Italian Vietnamese. So we wanted something from, I'm from Italy, I'm from this. So let's think of some fresh stuff.
That's so creative. That's really.
So it's like a Vietnamese spring roll with Italian ingredients.
No.
Yeah, so that's when the hors d'oeuvre came about, because we're doing that wedding.
Yeah.
And they wanted something that felt like home from the family coming this way, and then we did some Vietnamese dishes from the family coming the other way.
I'm gonna try
a bite.
it. Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh. Wow.
So it should be fresh.
Right around lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
You should get some of that nice olive oil.
Wow, it's really good. Wow.
Yep. And then
Perfect combination.
it's light enough, so think of yourself, you're at a cocktail party, but you're dressed. We try not to do drippies.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It should be, that's a big bite, so if you have men at the party, they'll fill them, but not like scare the women away.
Well, you know, like it's like, you know how sometimes folks will do the lamb chops, the past lamb chops? I find those to be rather large.
They're too big.
They're too big, yeah.
And then you have
Too
to hold on to a
cumbersome.
bone
What would-
after.
Yes, it's very, yeah, you have to hold on the bone. What do you do with the bone?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's really important that things are simple. Like, we just use a simple succulent because I don't think it needs, the food is the design.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
a beautiful presentation anyway. It's like on a black plate, like it's, no, and what I like about the hors d'oeuvres so far, we have about 4 minutes left, is that they are so small and so fresh. Like you don't feel like you just ate a whole meal because, right, you're about to go into
Right.
the main party. Like you are, it really is a true hors d'oeuvre. Like it's,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
And it should be fun and playful. Like, everyone likes a lobster roll. Everyone likes prosciutto. You know, it's familiar but elevated.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
And then I'm doing one more hors d'oeuvre for you. I call this Umami Beef. So we're using Wagyu beef from American Wagyu from 7X Farms in Colorado. They're kind of one of the better, more legitimate farms doing Japanese Wagyu cows in the United States. So we're gonna do a simple, so this is Wagyu beef sirloin here. And then we use the Korean hot pepper paste that we get at the Korean market.
Where's the Korean market?
We get it out of H Mart in Burlington.
Oh, wow, okay, okay.
And then we take a little bit of pickled ginger puree with the sweet vinegar that's in there.
I love ginger so much.
Pickled ginger.
And then we take
So
the
good.
Japanese Kewpie mayonnaise and a little bit of pink salt from Hawaii. And then we just let this marinate for a couple minutes. And what we do is we got this cool vegetable sheeter. And it makes
Amazing.
Look
amazing,
at that. Wow.
amazing thin, long sheets.
That would be great in a floral arrangement.
Well, no kidding. Yeah.
So-
In the
yeah.
vase.
They're really fun. So this gives you kind of that pepper
Yeah.
added to it. So what we do is this came up as kind of an amuse-bouche item, and you roll it up just make yourself a tight roll. And as you slice them, you can make a little cornucopia. And then you take that very elegant Wagyu beef and put a little drop in there.
Thank you. This is, I can't even.
A little jewel.
It is a little, it's like, one of my friends is a tape artist and she makes like tape that looks like this. Like, it's like oh my God, it's so cute. I can't wait to taste. I'm gonna wait for everyone to have their own before we. But it's like I can't stop smiling. It's
You're welcome.
So sweet.
it's so sweet.
And then we just, you know, it's a great amuse, or if you did a small house party where you're in the kitchen with the guests, it's kind of a fun one to do because if you're gonna have a small house party, you really want the interaction if you're having caterer in the kitchen. And this is a fun kind of, you bring it as a bonus.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? Oh, you bring, wow.
So you can bring it as a bonus. Please.
Cute.
Yum.
Wow.
That little bite punches. It's like packs a punch.
You should get the punch of the radish, and then it should be almost a little bit sweet, and then a little bit of heat.
It is a nice palate cleanser. Like it feels
And the
like
salt.
it's so refreshing and like it's a perfect amuse-bouche. Like it's like yeah,
Perfect gluten-free.
it's gluten-free.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Gluten-free, dairy-free.
And so is the speck.
Wow. That's
Yes,
amazing.
for all those things.
Thank you so much. Like honestly, I feel like I have learned so much, and like this is like amazing, and the way you presented it, and like I really did learn so much. And I have to say, like this was such a nice compliment to our conversation about the inception of catering, Capers Catering, like how you got started, and then to actually taste the food. Like what a well-rounded experience, and I'm so thankful to you. Like really, thank you so much. Like this was really, really awesome. Like,
Thanks for having
thank
us.
Our pleasure.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jimmy,
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank
And
you.
thank you, Chef Kevin.
I know,
Thank you,
and Krista,
everyone.
everybody. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Jimmy's Decorative Moments. I hope you had a good time because I certainly did. I look forward to seeing you next time on our next episode, which is actually going to be about fall tablescaping. So I'm excited to see you then. Goodbye.